Hello everyone and welcome to a stream, and I have a special guest today. It's a SlyRecon, and we're gonna discuss a lot of stuff on the stream. Hopefully it actually working at the moment, because I'm not sure. But anyway, we're gonna discuss the state of Red Dead Online. Oh, so it's working. Hello anyone who joined. And the main question is Red Dead Online dying? Because you all saw the today's update, right? It's embarrassing. They just cannot even make a new hat or something. Anyway, welcome SlyRecon. He is here.
Thank you, mate.
So, have you seen the patch notes yet?
I haven't read the patch notes yet.
Oh, it's nothing. It's some issues fixed, but nothing. No new clothes. Just some. It's not even discounts, but extra XP for roles. And just to consider, most people, I believe, have all the roles maxed up by this time. So it's not that much of an update. And yes, hello
I've
to
read that
anyone.
actually, but I
Yeah.
haven't read any proper patch notes.
Oh, it's a patch note says only that some stability issues were fixed, and that's it.
All right, okay.
Nothing else. And it's a good illustration of our topic that we are about to discuss. Actually, we were already talking with Sly because I thought to make a video, but it was kind of good conversation, so I decided that on a stream it might be even more interesting. So today with Sly we're gonna pretty much talk about this again, but today knowing that update is empty, which is kind of funny that Hazard made 11 minutes video on this update. I believe that developers were making this update for less than 11 minutes. They spent less time. But we on YouTube are making videos about this update for longer. And we with Sly are even making the stream about this. Not about this particular. So, Sly, how do you feel about the state of Red Dead Online at the moment? Like, what's...
I feel like it needs it needs more love and attention from Rockstar,
Indeed.
I would say.
But
Because like we discussed before, they need to do some more fixing to the game first, and then when the game is actually presentable, then they should increase the content frequency. They really need to do that, because the Frontier Pursuits update, that was good, 3 roles, but this one, the Moonshiners update with only 1 role, I don't think 1 role per 3 months is enough, really. With the state of drip feed that we have right now, it doesn't sound really promising.
yeah, but from this logic that they have to first fix all the issues and then release the content, then today's update is kind of fine, and most what's going on, even this last Moonshiner update with 1 role is still okay, because there are tons of technical issues such as no animals. I'm playing on a PC, by the way, and there are lots of animals, so I'm pretty sure any console player is extremely jealous now, because I have like 7 deers in front of me just randomly spawning. So
that would be like a
yeah, like a heaven.
that would be like paradise on PS4 right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, but
PlayStation.
so if they are not fixing these major issues, then maybe it's okay that there is not much of a content yet, or they, because my opinion is still they have to give us at least something. Don't be lazy with it. I have pretty much the same issues with Rockstar as you do. I I don't feel like they are listening to or not even listening. Okay, it's okay if not they are not listening us, right? They don't even care about the community. Just give us each week some head or something, just to have something that people would make videos about it, or maybe at least.
The thing is, like on GTA, you know, that they every week they add like a new vehicle or some car or something like that. But
Yeah.
I'm not. Well, obviously they can't do the same with the horses, but they could add horses every 2 weeks. You know, it doesn't have to be completely a completely new breed. It could be different color. You know, something like that. I don't know.
Sure,
They
that's
could
a
add
lot of stuff they can add.
vehicles. You know, like wagons with like I don't know Gatling guns on it. Also, loads of things they could do. You know, but right now the drip feed is depressing.
And Aaron Meek in the chat says there is a miscommunication between customer support and the game developers. All the developers just don't care. And I'm not quite sure whether there is any sort of communication between customer support or developers. And it's actually something we were talking with Sly lately, how there is no point to spam to support any in-game issues. Because I had the same exact stuff. I once I once found an empty chest, just like pretty much any player, and they refunded me. But when I was spamming then about the cheater, they just answered like with a scripted answer about
Yeah,
GTA
automated
Online,
answer.
about GTA Online, because and I was submitting this report to a Red Dead Online page, but they answered, "Hey, we appreciate that you're looking for cheaters in GTA Online, but take care." And that's not promising. That's not promising. But okay, what about other problems? How do you feel about state of PvP in this game?
Like we discussed before, I think it's the PvP is like first of all, we don't have proper free aim and auto aim like separated lobbies. You know, everyone has to play on at least on console. Everyone has to play on the uh, same lobby, and it's not a fun experience. If someone really likes to play in free aim, for example, they have to be in disadvantage unless they want to play in defensive mode. They have to be in disadvantage the whole time because we don't have like separate sessions, which is unfair, I think. And also the fact that we have ability cards that they like slow and steady and slippery bastard. They are going to be they're really frustrating um, if you're using them against like a level 6, like level 6 or 7 or something, you know, like but at the same time, like I said before, it's those overpowered stuff are kind of necessary in the game because then they would motivate the players to actually like grind and level up or like earn money, that kind of stuff. So I think it's kind of unbalanced, but at the same time necessary.
Yeah,
That's
because
my
of
opinion.
MMO mechanics, right? So people
Yes,
have
but
something to achieve.
yeah, but I think free roam is fine. In free roam is fine. Like I said, it's it kind of feels like MMO, like other games like World of Warcraft or Division or something. You know, like you just can't expect to beat a higher level player when you don't have enough like loot or abilities or whatever. But I think in showdowns, at least, they should do something to balance the ability cards, so it's easier um, for lower level players to have a chance, basically.
And actually, in the chat, there are many people referring to the same problems we were discussing. Like most of the problems with support. Dedicated servers were mentioned few times now, and about the fixes. But dedicated servers are not gonna be in this game, unfortunately. I don't believe
They could add it.
Could you
There
think?
has been games. I can't recall what game exactly, but I'm pretty sure I know games that they have added dedicated servers like
But not Rockstar games.
after the release. No.
I know an example.
But it's
For
possible
Honor
still.
did this. For Honor did this. But
Yeah,
it's just
For Honor. There we go.
Ubisoft game, and they seems to have different approach. For example, they communicate with community like very well. There's developer streams and stuff like this, but not from Rockstar, unfortunately. But yeah,
But like I said, if they do that, if they actually add the dedicated servers, I would say I'm really confident at least 50% of the, maybe more, maybe up to 60% of the, so more than half of the problems would be solved and fixed.
animals,
Just because,
straight away will be
animals
fixed.
wouldn't be a problem anymore. Um, there won't be as many disconnections, you know. Like I said when we were talking before the stream as well.
Yeah.
Like other games, you look at Fortnite, I don't know, PUBG, Call of Duty Blackout, the Royale mode on Call of Duty. They are on consoles as well, and you can play those game modes or those games with 100 players in one session, like one server, and it works just fine. There's no dodgy stuff going on like here. But like this game, because of the nature of the connection, which is the peer-to-peer, even 30 players is struggling. Like
Even 20 players has some problems.
yeah,
Seems like.
I think if you have on PS4 right now at least, I think if you have more than 15 or 16 players or something like that, then that's you don't get any animals to spawn anymore.
Yeah.
That's horrible. That's like and also I mentioned this, that people get on this game to like shoot something, you know, and they can't even shoot animals, so they're gonna like, you know, start griefing other players because there's nothing else to shoot at.
That's actually
They've
a
already
good
done
idea,
every mission.
yeah.
They've already done every mission like 100 times. They've already done you know, all these content that is in the game already like so many times, and they can't even shoot animals. They're gonna be like, okay, you know what? Let's just grief others. So people that they're normally not griefers, they're gonna become, you know, more hostile because there's just nothing else to do. So it's a funny situation right now.
There is a idea in the chat. Let me scroll that. Juan30 says that Rockstar is doing the bare minimum because they are focusing on PS5 next-gen Xbox games like a GTA 6. And it's a common idea actually that they are doing nothing here because they are just interested to invest all their resources into the next big title like next GTA. And what do you think about this?
That's possible, but I'm pretty sure there are different studios working on it, aren't they?
Well, probably.
I know Red Dead is made by
saw
Rockstar
this.
San Diego. I'm not sure, but GTA is made somewhere else.
Well, maybe.
I'm not so sure. I'm not gonna comment on it.
But there's still an idea that they have like more profitable projects like.
Yeah, but
GTA.
why would they kill their own game? That's what I'm wondering.
If it's still working, and it has some great potential, but of course potential from my point of view, not from a business point of view.
What I think is that they probably were expecting the same level of interest and revenue from this game as GTA Online.
I
And
would
like
disagree on
1
this.
year into the game, they it's nowhere near
Well,
what they achieved on GTA, and probably that's why.
I'm pretty
The
sure they couldn't have expected because this games has different targeting different people, and GTA Online is maximum widely targeting pretty much
yeah.
anyone. But this game is like for older people first, for for boomers like me, who who love these westerns when they were child, not just love this setting a lot. So yeah, so it's a cowboy game. Aaron says in the chat right away. I believe that they knew that it's not gonna be popular as GTA 6, and you actually mentioned some numbers right from the view
from the
count
YouTube
on
channel.
YouTube. Can you
Yeah.
what's the difference was between GTA and Red Dead Redemption Online videos?
Yeah,
It was some
it's like
huge, right?
yeah, like this last updates, right? For let me check again. To,
Yeah,
but it was like if there's a GTA trailer, right? That oh, there's a new GTA Online
yeah,
trailer.
that was
There's a new
about
update.
casino or something.
It had like 10 million
Oh boy.
views or something, 12 million views, some crazy number. And then Red Dead Moonshiners update, only 280,000 views.
So it's 500 times difference, right? It's
I don't
enormous.
know. It's
It's insane.
the it's insane.
And they are basically GTA updates are as common as Red Dead. They once in 3 months uh, update is being released because if they are less often, then we can compare numbers. But I think it's something around the same time. But yeah, it's an unfortunate situation here. But maybe they are doing something because I was pretty optimistic after the last update. I actually was even hoping that updates will be once in a month since they added only one role.
One roll.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but now it's it doesn't seem like that. It's like
No,
that's
no, no. I don't believe we're gonna get any new roles until
March.
March. Yep, that's it. Yeah.
Isn't it too late for the game to? That's the main question, and it's a question of that. That's in the title. Is the game dying? Because if new update will be in March, then it's more yes than no. Uh, it's my opinion because it's too late.
1 second. I need to put my computer to charge. Just give me a
Mhm.
second.
I'm gonna focus on the chat yet. Phil says, I mean, griefers are sad and probably have no life, but I don't care because I'm good at PvP. Well, I believe that griefers are different. And some of them are really sad, some of them just bored with the game, and some of them just don't even consider themselves griefers. Because there are lots of mechanics in the game that encourages this type of behavior. Game is dying, but free roam PvP is alive, Sapphire says. It's an interesting idea. I'm gonna ask SlyRecon this.
I'm back. What's up?
There is a interesting statement. Game as such is dying, but free roam PvP is alive. Do you agree with this?
AKA free room griefing.
Yeah. Is it
Shooting
alive
everyone
now?
that you see.
Because on
Yeah,
PC
it's
there
very
is
rare.
not the case. Yeah. It's also very rare. Oh, oh no. Okay.
It's like yesterday I joined on a random friend, right, to see what they're doing, and instantly I got shot.
Oh.
It's just like I said, even people that they were not griefing before, like they have nothing to do right now.
And in my opinion, there are two waves of griefers. First wave is the game is just released because some people who would get bored with this game in like few days are having fun. And yes, second wave is when there is no content for a long time, just like now, pretty much. When
yeah, some people are bored.
high
Some
level
they
people
just, like,
are
get on
bored.
to harass people.
Yeah, and start to having fun because on a PC it's not the case yet, and people are, by the way, wondering in the chat why this fixing patch haven't done anything with animals, because animals problems have nothing to do with patches or something. It's about server stability probably, so unfortunately it's not gonna be much better. It's my opinion.
Someone is like, someone is saying players have defensive mode. What's the problem?
There
He
are
hasn't
still
watched any of
problems.
my videos.
Yeah. Okay, what's your opinion on the defensive mode? Do you think it's good technology and idea? Because I really I don't think it helps too much when you're facing. It's not gonna protect low-level player or someone who don't want to get killed from anything. From my tests.
If you're going to get griefed, you're going to get griefed.
Yeah.
Because when 7 players are after chasing you with dynamite arrows, it doesn't matter if you're offensive mode or defensive mode.
Even if it's one with dynamite arrow, so with like maximum damage build, you're still gonna die probably. Because this defensive mode is not made for people like you who is fine fighting griefers back. I believe it's made for people who don't want to fight at all, and
Yeah.
it's not.
So that's why
really
I think
working.
friendly mode, something like that, would have been better, like the old game.
But why there is no, what's your opinion? Because it's a question I've been asked a lot. Where is something like passive mode? Just why it's not in the game?
Because they don't want to split the player base like more than what it is now, you know? Like, they've already... I think that's also one of the reasons they don't want to release like free aim sessions on console, because of the fact that the player base is just too small, and they're not gonna slash that player base even more. You know what I mean? But like on PC, I think they had to, even though that we have less players. When I think about it, I feel like they had to make 2 different sessions, because otherwise people with like mouse and keyboard, they're gonna be pissed off playing against the controller.
But it's actually something that's going on. People with mouse and a keyboard are playing against the controller by default, against the controller with auto aiming, and they're pissed off, despite the fact that mouse and a keyboard has an advantage over auto aiming.
I think in high long distance.
In long distance, but you can
rifles.
stay
But
at long
close
distance.
Then auto aim is gonna come on top.
But yeah, the maps, the problem is, I've been making a video about pistols in this game, so comparing. And I wanted
Pistols.
pistols, revolvers, stuff like this. So I wanted to make a little bit of a footage from PC when I'm playing with semi-auto pistol. And I joined with auto aiming, because I'm talking which one is good for which. And I joined the regular showdown series with capture series. And there was pretty much no maps on which you can effectively play with the pistols. It means fight only on these close mid distances as your main weapon. It's just big maps where you can snipe all day and still be fine. No one gonna get even close to you. That's a map design in this game, and that's weird. It's not like a game about cowboys, it's a game about snipers now. And especially on PC, because hitting with mouse and a keyboard is super easy. But on the console as well, this aim assist is a huge thing.
Even on console. Since we got the aim assist on the snipers, everyone's spamming the Carcano with aim assist. And but thank God it doesn't work against defensive mode, the aim assist.
Yeah.
But it's really annoying. It's really super annoying when you're like getting spammed by like 4 people with Carcano and aim assist. Like these guys were not using the snipers before the update because it's really hard. It's really hard with the controller to free aim. For like anyone who's not playing too often, let's say. Or
I actually know this because I was learning like a year ago. I was learning to play
yeah,
with sniper rifles, and it was kind of hard of a process. But when the sniper rifle got a little bit of a buff, if you remember, right after the game release, they were in a terrible shape. Until the spring update, I believe, or maybe February update, they were like really low damage, even rolling block, and I believe no one used
yeah.
them at all. I just never saw anyone with a sniper rifle.
I used the rolling block before. I think also Carcano. I'm not sure. No, I think I used
No,
the rolling block a
probably
lot at the
not.
beginning.
Carcano was in a terrible shape for a long time
Yeah.
because it
Bolt's
was,
action was just superior,
yeah,
but then they
it was no
nerfed
need.
the scope rifles,
Hmm.
and then snipers were more viable, and then also then they added the aim assist with the frontier pursuits,
And
which completely
again,
broke
why?
it.
Why? The question is again, because it seems like they started to think about how to make things better, at least after the summer, right? And they are adding this auto aim assist, let's say. What's the point? What's your idea?
It's
Because
um, it's in my opinion is because that this game, as I said before, it's like it's made for everyone, casual audience, anyone can hop on, uh, like hold the left trigger, press the right trigger, you shoot people, you shoot anything. It doesn't require much like aiming efforts or anything like that because it's not a competitive game. It's just casual game that anyone can get on and have fun. But then they what I think is that they probably saw and checked their statistics and saw that wow, only 1 or 2% of the whole player base they're actually only like 1 or 2% are actually using sniper rifles. That's it.
so let's
So
improve them, make them.
so yeah, we need to do something about it to make it easier for other people. But they could have added some aim assist, not what we have right now, which is it's not auto aim, but it's
It's
pretty
close,
much
and
it's
especially
close.
by the way, there is a difference on a console and on a PC. It seems I cannot prove it by test because I have no idea how to measure it. But it seems like on a Xbox I have much stronger out this aim assist than on a PC, at
All
least.
right, it's possible, yeah, possible.
So you think that's what they are doing is they trying to reduce the skill gap to make this game more, I don't know, noob friendly, so people won't leave straight away
Yeah,
and
casual friendly.
yeah,
Yeah,
casual friendly.
for everyone.
It's the same. I always thought why not Carcano Varmint rifle was so overpowered at the beginning, and that's probably because they didn't want high levels to get an insane advantage on a low level. With the same
Because everyone
amount
could
of
have it,
skill, yeah, anyone could have it.
and it was
Anyone,
only $70, wasn't it?
it's
So
extremely
anyone
cheap.
could buy it.
By the way, rolling block rifle is also available on low level, like 12 or
Yeah, level
14.
13.
And it's cheap. It's pretty cheap, but it's basically it's one of the most powerful weapons in the game. Especially after all these updates, you can kill with even regular ammo and ability card that is also available on first level. Sharpshooter, you can still get a one-shot build and feel fine. So, and it makes sense, but so my idea is, and I have difficulties saying it, but on one hand, they trying to make this an MMO, just like we were talking, right? There, it's okay when level 100 has advantage on level 5 with equal skill. because it's an MMO. But on the other hand, they're trying to compensate this MMO difference and difference between level by all these mechanics, like aim assistance, like available good weapons on lower levels, and good skills, by the way, are also available. So they are trying to in Russian it's called to sit at the same time on two chairs, and it's always a bad idea, as you can.
It's never gonna work.
Yeah. So, and it seems like it's not really working, but because if they would stick with one line, let's say make it an MMO, right? And then they have to split the playing base between high-level lobbies and low-level lobbies, and they cannot afford it. It's just not enough players. But on the other hand, they want to keep people interested in progressing. So they have this big problem, and probably unsolvable, at least when the player base is so small. Well, what do you think? Can it be solved, or it's a riddle without a solution?
I would say that it is necessary. It's something that it is necessary in the game because it encourages grinding. But I'm not really sure how they should approach it. Maybe someone in the chat could.
Yeah, give us ideas, please. How can they encourage grinding, and not only until level 100, but without having this huge difference between low level and high level?
When I think about it, the roles are kind of doing that.
Roles,
Because
yeah.
even if you level 1,000, you still have to. Sorry, you still have to grind the roles just like a level 10 has to do it. So.
Sorry, first idea is dual wielding varmint rifle is how they can compensate.
Dual wielding
rifle. It's gonna be like a machine gun. Yeah, special items like Big Gucci Sosa suggests special items or clothing for challenges for high levels. It's gonna be enough, I believe, like super unique hat that is only available if you, I don't know, level 200 and dominate some PVE events. Why not? Why is nothing like this? And by the way, hello to
I think instead of the... Go on.
Yeah, I'm just saying hello.
I think instead of the buckles, they should have done something else. Like, right now it's like, I don't know, get 1,000 revolver headshots for a buckle, and it's always the same. It's just, I don't know. I feel like the buckles are not so interesting. Not all of them, And at the end of the day, no one can actually see it. Only you can see it.
And not always you can see it. I have a glitch when with extra weight on my character, a buckle was inside of my belly or somewhere like that. So buckle is not something that even you can see. It's not even talking about other players. And some items, by the way, block buckles now, and they cannot be seen. So
yeah, but instead of that, they could have added like some kind of revolver skin. Something like
right
that.
It's a great it's something that people would be really interested in, just to grind.
They've been doing that in Call of Duty for ages, and it's been working pretty well. People grind like SMGs or revolvers or something just so they can unlock like a certain weapon camo or weapon skin. They could have done the same. I don't know. I think the buckles is just the wrong approach. And now every time we're getting a new update, right? We're getting new buckles to.
That looks much better, by the way, than this that you can get from challenges, because these new buckles are look sometimes cool, but these old buckles are pretty much all the same, and you actually have to do something. So nobody is interested in these buckles like have 1000
No.
shots from a Carcano rifle. It's
I,
sort
I
of a
used
challenge,
go on.
yeah, but
I used to be quite persistent about the buckles. I actually try to like get them. But now I just feel like the 1,000 free roam events when one oh sorry yeah 1,000 was it 1,000 sorry
I believe it.
100
So
100 free roam events one for example that one I really grinded it and I really enjoyed getting it because you know any game there should be some kind of self what was it called sense of accomplishment in it
yeah,
like you do stuff you get some um, you get accomplished something. But right now, because I've unlocked so many different buckles, I'm like, I'm not even gonna bother. Like all these new roles, they brought like more buckles. I haven't bothered to do any of them because um, it's like it doesn't make any sense. It's just another buckle. It became so normal.
it's
But if it
casual,
was
yeah, it's casual
yeah,
activity.
but if it was some kind of outfit, special outfits or special weapon skin, I would have definitely have had more motivation to do them.
Yeah, and many people would. It's like this whole system is like a cake with a cherry on the top, but now you have only cherries, a sense of accomplishment, but it has to be with a cake, some sort of a unique item or something.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
With only one cherry is not so tasty. Not so many people will be interested in this. So that's my metaphor for this. And by the way, there is no stats even in this game. So maybe you want this feel of accomplishment that you have win rate, right, or kill death amount or something. Because many people I know are interested in this kind of stuff, but there is none. You cannot check your kill death.
I think they didn't want to add KD ratio and stuff in this game because the last game GTA Online it was horrible. People kept killing themselves, just to like blowing themselves up to avoid like a KD loss and that kind of stuff. I think it was right decision to not include KD ratio on public profiles on this game.
But maybe some sort of statistics, like
They could have added
MVP,
like
MVP.
yeah maybe yeah exactly like if you scroll down on my name in a pre-game lobby during a showdown you would see let's say like you said 1,000 MVPs or something like that that would be cool.
Yeah, because MVP gives you nothing at the moment. No extra money, no extra experience, even nothing. Just like,
Yeah.
and it doesn't.
Someone in
Oh,
it
I got
oh,
attacked by griffers. I was just saying that I haven't seen griffers like for a while. I'm gonna run from them.
there we go.
It's a new challenge. It's the first griffer that I've spotted in like few months. I haven't seen any griffers on the PC, but maybe these are stream snipers, right? Is correct?
What's your name on the
Same,
yeah only
same.
PvP cat?
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely is probably
yeah. So hello to you, stream snipers. If you are listening to this and reading, try to catch me if you can. I hope they don't have fast horses, because I don't. So, anyways, there are so many ideas how to improve this game that are not. They don't need much resources, in my opinion. Make this reward system is not. I believe it's even easier than to fix animal spawns, or something, or make a new role. But why they keep not doing anything, I just don't know. But anyway, what's your point? You told me that you're not playing in a showdown series for a long
no.
time
I'm
now.
not. I'm not playing showdowns anymore.
It's
It's
only because you spotted these unfair players in this battle royale, or you just lost fun with this?
Yeah, I used to play a lot of Gun Rush mode in the elimination series, but there were just so many problems with like teaming uh, and the fact that it was only like 5 maps. It's been nearly a year, and there was only 5 maps on it. That's it, and I had to play that all day.
Yeah.
And the weapon spawns was always the same. So, for example, like dynamite arrows was always spawning the same place, and everyone running to it. There wasn't anything random. So it got boring fast.
It's a
And also
pure grind, right? And it's like each.
yeah, and also the teaming issue that they never addressed, even though I asked Rockstar so many times over like a few months period, right? And it they just didn't reply. Like they did reply, but they didn't fix it. They didn't do anything to fix it, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone is mentioning the team shootouts.
Yeah.
Like,
I say it's pretty much in the chat. I'm reading the chat all the time, despite the fact it looks like I'm not. But in the chat, there are most of ideas that we were discussing when we're trying to make the video. I mean, all these problems and issues, like where's the team shootout, why it's gone. It's
like
makes no
even
sense.
people that they didn't like PvP or showdowns, right? Like me, I still like that. I still like the team shootouts, and also the spoils of war. Those were cool game modes, and I'm gonna also get to why those were the best and the most popular ones. They were the most popular ones, and people asked so many times like, "Hey, what happened to the team shootouts?" Like they brought it back like once or twice in free aim, and that's it. It was gone after like a week. I don't know why, because they know that people love the team shootouts.
Yeah.
Why they can't just like release 2 different playlists, team shootouts, auto aim, team shootouts, free aim, and keep the PvP players happy, you know? Oh, the spoils of war. I think it's the most popular game mode. I think after team shootouts, it is definitely the most popular objective base, let's say.
But it's still here.
But
It's still in the takeover series, I believe.
it is, but you can't choose like a
Oh,
dedicated playlist just
yeah,
to play
that's a
that
big
game.
problem.
That's yeah. And the
What?
reason that these 2 game modes were the best also is that there were only like 2
Yeah,
teams.
2 teams. They are simple.
And
They
yeah, very simple. All these other game modes is like 4 or 5 teams.
You remember
Why?
6 or 8 teams on Rhodes map for hostile territory? Oh, I failed.
That's the worst.
It's-
That's the
That's
worst game
embarrassing.
experience
It
that
was like
you could have.
super trash. No skill who wins. And the other one I remember is maybe you played this hostile territory in Blackwater. There were only 4 teams, but I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that one team, if I can remember correctly,
The orange team always
team,
won.
he has like
Yes.
60% win rate on this. It's
Because of the spawn.
spawn was
And they took it away now, right?
yeah, they took it away because
Yeah.
it was, but
Smart
it
choice.
took like more than half a year for them to realize that this mode is completely broken. But Team Shootout wasn't broken. It has a symmetric spawns. It has like no objective, and it was kind of fun. Why removing it? I have no idea. I actually had a super fun time when they added this for a week or something in a free aim. I believe you had even more because it's interesting mode and in a free aim. So. Nope, I'm gonna check. Maybe something is wrong with connection. No, I can't hear you. Maybe it's my issues on my side. I hope not.
Do you hear me now?
Yeah.
I wasn't saying anything.
Oh, yeah. Now it makes sense.
Okay. I wanted to say something I forgot. Someone also mentioned it in the chat. Let me go a bit higher in the chat. Let me scroll up a bit. Someone is saying Warpaint. Yeah, Warpaint would be so fun
What's
if we could get
Warpaint?
like also tattoos. You know, definitely we could
Oh,
have tattoos.
yeah, Warpaint.
I would love to see tattoos in the game. If you had like maybe some kind of Native American character that you could buy tattoos and like war paints and stuff with gold bar, I would be fine with it because it's only cosmetic, and you could either grind for the gold or you could pay for it as you wish. It's cool, it looks cool, and it potentially generates revenue for Rockstar. So that's see everyone's loving it. Tattoos and it's I would tattoo neat animals on my forehead. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
And
Someone in the chat is saying it. Funny.
yeah, it's probably not gonna be soon as well in the
But
game.
I can't see it happening in the game.
Yeah,
But uh, like we discussed with Rockstar, is like they're a good company. They know what they're doing, hopefully, and um, but they're too slow with addressing issues. Like I feel like we said, like they do they do listen to some extent to what people are saying, but they're not so fast as acting on it. For example, it took 5 years for them to fix passive mode on GTA. 5 years. You know, like the people. I remember when I stopped playing GTA so many years ago, but I remember people would like go into their jet, go in passive mode, and then go behind you and take it off. Like, I can't believe they took them 5 years to actually address that, to fix that.
isn't there a similar problem now on Red Dead passive mode? I believe there are some people who
Defensive mode.
defensive that are
Yeah.
turning defensive for you by some manipulation with a horse or something like this.
Yeah, they could kick you out if they run you over.
It's
They
still
can
a
kick you
thing.
out.
It's still not fixed.
Oh, this is something else I want to mention. So I made that myth busting video, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
talked about the defensive mode myths,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I linked that video. I sent that video to Rockstar support. I made a ticket, and then again, and again, they've replied me with an automated GTA
Oh.
response and saying that, oh, you have to clear your cache. Like,
Oh,
are you
clear
kidding
your
me?
cache is a solution to any problem. It will cure
Anything
any
happens,
disease. Yeah.
you need to clear your cache.
If you have some problems, I don't know, girls don't like you. Go clear your cache. It's gonna be it's a super effective. Actually, I've been sending to them the video with I've been making about the god mode build when like 5 people were shooting me and I was drinking tonics and I had no response at all. But you know what? They fixed this next update, so maybe they are listening to your video, but just saying like, "Oh, we don't care."
They're not saying anything.
Oh,
Yeah, I
even
don't
not
know.
saying anything, just letting you know that they don't care, but in fact, they actually care. I hope so, at least. Because some issues are getting fixes. But actually, what do you think? My opinion that last update they actually made a good job about this PvP, changing stuff. They nerfed explosive a little bit. They nerfed tonic overuse and improved
They
slippery
nerfed the dynamite
bastard.
arrows as well.
What? I
They've nerfed the dynamite arrows as well, actually.
oh I wish they did, but
No, they
it's
have. They have.
no, I've
They
been
have nerfed
testing this. It's still one shots against level 3 tonic. Maybe
I know.
its
I know.
radius is little lower because they used to.
That's what I was
Oh
saying,
yeah.
because if you get hit hit by dynamite arrows directly, doesn't matter what tonics are you using, you're gonna get decapitated on impact. But definitely the blast radius has been decreased.
But is it
It's a lot.
matters? I mean, most of the time, people with painted gonna use painted black with these arrows in my
Yeah, so that's
so
what I was saying. That I think that should be removed. That you shouldn't be able to paint with dynamite arrows specifically. You can do it with normal arrows, but not with dynamite arrows.
it's
Because like on
also
the old game, we had explosive rifles in the game, and you couldn't. I believe that you couldn't paint. Yeah, I don't think you could paint actually. So it was only free aim, even in auto aim lobbies. You could only use it with free aim
then they have to
because
remove the ability to paint with a bow because in many game modes it one shots in some
that's
sort.
another problem. That's another thing that kills PvP. Like that's I would say after the spawns, that's the biggest problem in like let's say takeover series like the hostile territory and some other game modes like what's the other one? Plunder? Is it Plunder? Yeah. There are a few maps that is one shot bow and
It's only
you
one,
get
I
these
believe.
people.
It's Kotora Springs or something. I don't.
Chola Springs
Chola Springs, yeah.
on Plunder.
Yeah, and plus it's two
Uh,
most wanted maps also. So it's a lot of
Most
maps.
wanted, I
To,
think it's like Toll Trees
and Valentine. And Valentine.
Valentine, and there's one more as well. No,
I
Tumbleweed maybe. Not
no
sure.
no
I
not
know Hostile Territory is one shot on Tumbleweed.
in any hostile territory is in any map on hostile territory is one shot. Luckily,
Yeah.
they removed many hostile territory to revoke them because on this where it was in Blackwater, it was just you see it on a roof and one shot kill all the team on their respawn,
Spawn
and
killing players.
they have nothing to do about this. They just kill it. It was super silly mechanic. I disliked it a lot. But yeah, they have to change this and make weapons work the same anyway. It's not okay if bow one shot somewhere and it doesn't one shot on the other game modes. I thought that they are testing it, but it's a year now, even more game, and the thing is still there. So that's something weird.
I think like we discussed it before. I think it's probably maximum. I would say maximum 30% of the whole player base that they're actually interested in PvP. So less than half of the players, and they should just, in my opinion, they should just focus on the roles, and maybe with some of the roles they bring some PvP elements.
To the
Because
open world, right? To free aiming PvP.
Sorry, say again.
Bring these PvP elements to open world, to free
Yeah,
free roam.
yeah. In let's say in some of no. Let's say they bring some of the PvP elements to the future roles. So let's say, for example, you have to steal the supplies from another player's camp or something like that. That kind of things. And if someone is not interested in that in the PvP aspect of it, they just don't buy that role, for example. But there has to be so many roles that people have enough choice, you know.
Yeah, it's maybe something that they are planning to do with because I believe there's gonna be some sort of an outlaw role, or maybe it's gonna be called bandit or whatever. And I hope that there will be like two opposite fraction, and you will have to buy a role to enter one of them, and then they gonna somehow compete in open world, like maybe yes, stealing supplies from camps from each other. It's gonna be interesting. Actually, this mechanic is something that can hold players' attention for a long time. And you know, there is a game I have problems saying this, Elder Scrolls Online, and there are this big PvP map for 3 factions, and people are just playing there non-stop, like all day. And I wish they had something like this in Red Dead Online. Oops, my stream is lagging, unfortunately.
Yeah, your voice is lagging a little bit as well.
Yeah, as well as the stream, but it's fine now. I hope. Yeah, there are so many issues with the game right now, but I hope that they I believe that they gonna do exactly what you said. They gonna be adding role by role, and maybe based on this, maybe something gonna change. But we will see, because
I think they should just take all the PvP game modes away right now, and they add only like 2 playlists. Or because right now the more playlists we get, right, the more dead it's gonna become. You know, maybe someone only likes to play a certain game mode, for example, right? And they're just gonna play that, and others gonna play their own favorite game mode. And in here in the middle, some of the game modes are gonna die, pretty much. Like I tried playing, I don't know what game mode was it. I don't remember right now. But some days ago, my friend was invited me, just, hey, give it a try, and we couldn't even find any games um, because the game it wasn't even late, so it wasn't even bad. Oh, you know, like a dodgy. Oh, it was in I think like late evening. We couldn't find any players. It was like 3 of us in a lobby. I think it was actually the free aim lobby. Yeah, it was. It was the free aim
lobby.
takeover series. That's it. That's what.
They
what
seems
it
to
was.
be
Yeah.
popular. No, actually.
Yeah, but if
the
they
most.
just add 2 playlists, auto aim and free aim, then that's gonna be a lot easier for people to get into it. But right now, they should just stop adding any new game modes, because and they need to rework the ones that are already all in the game now. Like we said, why the like on Gun Rush or Takeover series, name a weapon. Why did we have like 8? I don't know, is it 7 or 8 different teams?
Eight
And
teams, and it's
and
still
it's
a
so
name your weapon.
confusing
Yeah.
because 3 of them or something, it's like blue, light blue, dark blue, or something like
Actually,
that.
they changed this a little bit. It was worse with this. They added new colors, but it's
And
still
it's like orange and
probably-
red.
Yeah,
You know, in
orange and
distance
red,
they
and
look the
still
same. Or if you have Deadeye on, they look the same.
confusing.
It's
Really confusing. It's good there is no friendly fire in this game, because I would get many friendly fire kills in Name Your Weapon on a Saint-Denis map where 8 teams and similar
Landing electrical.
colors. Yeah, it wouldn't be super cool. But yeah, maybe adding only few options to join a queue would be a good idea, and
I think
switch
2
each
maximum,
week.
and that's different aim settings.
Switch
That's
them
more than
each
that, it's
week.
just gonna kill it.
So, for example, you will sometimes find a lobby if you, let's say, you like to play only one game mode, then you will have to just not join this mission, because now I'm joining let's say shootout series, and you know what, only 1 in a 5 or so games is mode that interesting for me. It's Most Wanted or Name Your Weapon. Rest I just don't like and don't enjoy, and waiting for them to just end, and it reduces my willingness to join this queue at all. So I don't like this random in a queue also. I would prefer to know, let's say this week we are only playing Name Your Weapon. If I like Name Your Weapon, I go join play. If I don't, I just don't join, don't waste my time. That would be much easier and more understandable. But again, it's something they don't seems to do anytime soon, unfortunately. So, Name Your Weapon is pretty fun, but it's bad when you have bad teammates. That's Lanky Lemon from the chat says, but any game mode is bad when you have bad teammates. Yeah, by the way,
I do like Most Wanted. Well, I used to like Most Wanted. It was quite cool.
Most Wanted is one of the coolest still, I believe. There are not so many maps there, unfortunately, but it's pretty interesting. It's like a shootout, but not a team, but solo shootout. And yeah, good idea, by the way. I saw in the chat the double barrel in Name Your Weapon gives too much points. It shouldn't give 3 points because it's super easy to make a kill with painted black, especially. It's free aiming.
Why do you get? Yeah, why do you get the least points using revolver when it's I think it's the hardest weapon to use.
Yeah.
And you getting and then dynamite arrows. It's
dynamite
9 points.
is a joke. I mean,
it's the easiest weapon in the game to use.
Yeah,
and then
yes, it's rare, but still 9 points for this. It's a weird.
Yeah, and a carbon repeater is also like, oh, sorry, carbon repeater is at 1 point.
1 point, yes.
2 points.
Yeah,
I just remembered.
But still, revolver should be 3 and shotgun should be 2, in my opinion, or something like this.
Yeah.
Because it's.
And the fact that everyone's forced to play in painted black in that game mode, you're gonna be in disadvantage if you play anything else, because of the simple fact that everyone can paint you with one tomahawk and you're gonna die.
Yeah, even if you're using Slippery Bastard, it's still not gonna
help
it
doesn't
you.
matter. Yeah. So that's also a problem with some of the game modes, that you are forced to only play one Dead Eye card, like maybe Spoils of War. In a way, you're forced to play Slippery. Not everyone, but like at least a few people have to play it in order to win.
Yeah, but
like
here is at least some balance. You play Slippery, someone would play bow plus painted black, or let's say sniper rifle plus slow and steady. At least there is some variance, but on a Name Your Weapon there is only one ability card available. I'm sorry, I saw a very funny comment from the chat. Someone is saying, it's scrolled out, that's the most amount of animals that he's seen in a month now on the stream. Because all I do is riding around and just killing deers. And yeah, it looks like a trolling for console players, because I was trying to find the alligator to make a video on Xbox, and I spent 10 minutes looking for alligator around Saint Denis. There are it was some sort of a joke. 10 minutes, I'm not even joking. Not even alligators are spawning. It's really weird situation. And they actually have to fix this somehow, because if we can ask any person playing on a console what pisses them off, it's not gonna be answer, not gonna be like imbalance in PvP or whatever. It's gonna be always the same answers. There is no animals, no way to make money, no way to I don't know, play as a trader, because
I'm wondering how is the level 10 is supposed to make money. They just have to like do Stranger missions.
They are doomed. It's not. Have you played Stranger Mission sometime recently? Because I forget how it's hard. And then when I started on a PC, it was such a pain when you know, low level, like level 10, 20 even. And but there is a tons of animals on a PC. What would they do on a console? I have no idea. Just there is no way they can keep these new
Buy gold
players
bars.
playing.
That's the
Yeah,
only way.
yes, it's
Because all right, go on.
collectors. People are suggesting collectors, but you have to have the gold, and you have to be a little bit more experienced player to know about the map. Plus, map is kinda nerfed, so it's still not super easy. I made most of money as a new player on a PC as a trader and collector pretty fast, but at first it was super hard. But for new players, it's just super annoying now. And loading screens.
Actually, I think it's less annoying for new players because they're not used to like getting
No.
it so easy. You know, the collector role.
They
And they're
might
not used
think
to, like,
it's
going to
realistic now. No.
So they have to learn everything from the beginning. So I think that it's not. It's actually better for them.
But
Well,
what
in the-
about
in the
animals?
in the
What about
collectors part.
animals as a trader or just a hunter to make some money? New players should be like shocked. This isn't an MMO. It's a hardcore survival for them. Like you, and actually, you remember last week or when, and a few weeks ago, it was a snowy anywhere, and without expensive clothes, you would be losing health. It was even more survival for new players because there is no animals
Oh,
and
yeah.
you need money to buy yourself a quad and you don't have money and you just slowly dying. It was, I believe, many people left the game during this period of time.
All the Christmas noobs were like
Yeah.
freezing like tramps. Because like you said, they probably didn't have money to buy any warm clothes,
Yeah.
and then they can't even like kill any animals or find any animals to sell to earn some money. So I don't know. I think the only way was for them is to just do grind story missions.
But they are
Or-
paying nothing. It's a joke. They are paying like $15-20 per mission. They're giving some gold, but in dollars it's like really small payments in the story missions. And I don't actually
Hunting
remember
used to
how
be
we
really
played.
fun for me, as a low level player.
Yeah,
Hunting really used to be fun for me.
and for me
Like
too.
I remember.
Most money came from hunting, I believe, on the lower levels at the beginning on beta.
For me, it was I think Gun Rush earning me so much money. But oh yeah, the hunting I was talking about. I remember when the game came out, like I spent the whole day just grinding, like hunting animals at Great Plains. I don't know how many bisons I sold, but I've lost the count. Cougars and all that stuff, just so I could buy the rolling block rifle, and I was so happy about it, And back then it was $750. It was before that they actually uh, changed it. So I actually paid $700 for the rolling block. But a
It was
few
so
days later,
expensive.
or a week later, I think they changed it and they gave that money back to me. So
No,
that
it's
was quite funny.
Carcano was this price. Roland Block was also relatively cheap. I believe it was like 200. Mauser was costing 1,000. It was
I think it was 1,200,
yeah.
wasn't it?
I believe they didn't reduce in twice because now it costs like 600. So I'm pretty sure it was 1,000. But maybe you were
Alright,
talking
yeah.
about Carcano because it's now it costs like around 500. So then it used to cost so much. Because Roland Block always was pretty not super expensive in my opinion. And it was good for hunting previously because it wasn't ruining the pelt quality if you just shooting and one shot killing anyone. any animal. Now it seems to ruin pretty much always if you just shoot into the corpse or something. But yeah, they have to show more love for new players, not not only for
I'm not sure though, because like, uh, I think new players actually, if they want to have, if they want to have any fun, they have to buy some gold pass at least to begin with. You know, at least, uh,
sure at least 25.
yeah, at least 25 or something like that, so they can at least buy one roll, right? So they can grind with it, and it's going to get even worse later, because like, um, look at GTA. Like right now, imagine imagine playing as a new player and with all these different businesses and stuff that you can have. So I think that it's going to be the same. And or maybe hopefully after some time, maybe after a year or something, they make packages, you know, like buy this I don't know, starter edition, and get like 2 or 3 rolls like
Yeah, it's
included
a
in it, you
good
know.
idea about these roles included in a package.
Otherwise, it's going to be so frustrating, and not everyone, you know, not everyone actually buy gold bars. Some people like, if they think it's some people just strictly don't buy any in-game currencies. You know, a lot of people are like that. It doesn't have to do with any with them being cheap or anything. Maybe it's just like they feel that there's no need for it. Why would I have to pay for it? I already bought the game, for example. Um,
Yeah, it's
so
common.
those players are going to be really discouraged if they start the game after like 2 years, let's say, or 3 years, and they can't buy any of the roles, and they can't even hunt any animals.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they should add, and I guess it's something they would do. They will add roles to the new player bundles. Maybe, maybe roles, maybe some amount of gold. Because yeah, for new players now, it's gonna be even more and more difficult for new players to start playing and have some fun in this game.
yeah, that's true.
And so the last thing I wanted to discuss, and it's a state of game balance in terms of not like how balanced game between low levels and high levels, but let's say anyone is a high level and there is a way to find a lobby for only high levels. What do you think? Weapons and ability cards are balanced at the moment, or there is still like one meta build that is just gonna be anyone will use, like you know it used to be in the summer with a painted black headshot stuff. So what's your opinion on this one?
Okay, I'm gonna start with the weapons. First of all, the aim assist on the snipers.
Yeah,
That desperately needs like a change, or they need to they need to they need to reconsider the aim assist, either like by decreasing the aim assist on the snipers like massively, you know, or just removing it. But maybe removing it would be a bad idea, because like before, no one would be using them. But if they just decrease the aim assist, I think that would be right thing to do. But and also the Lancaster rapid fire. I don't know how it works on PC,
it's a bug,
but
it's not a
I
game
know it's a bug,
mechanic.
but it's been in the game for
Yeah,
uh, I
few
think since
months.
before the Moonshiners update.
Yeah,
Yes.
few months. I'm pretty. Oh, maybe not. Maybe on the Moonshiners updated that.
I actually think it's been in the game uh, since the Frontier Pursuits, but
Maybe yeah.
it only became like widespread for the past few months, because that was a bug that was introduced when they increased the animations. You see,
Yeah, it makes sense.
sorry, fastened
Yeah, so it's after the summer
animations
update.
made them
Yeah,
faster.
should be.
Yeah, and that's ruining the game. That's not, I never use it.
But that's a
But
bug. It's something that people should be punished for, in my opinion, when they're using it. It's not
they're not going
similar
to get
to
punished for it because
because
I
no,
don't think so. Because Rockstar, looking at the history, I don't think they're going to do it. But and how they're going to find out also? Like
reports
it's going to
with
be hard to
proofs,
find out.
just like any other glitches. They seems to start banning for some glitches like duplicating animals, and I have many people in a Discord server saying that they got banned for 1 month for taking advantage of it. I'm not sure. Maybe with duplication, with confiscation probably of the money.
Like taking away your money, money
Yeah.
wipe.
So
That's
at
it.
least they started to do this. So maybe they will start to do something about the other bugs in this game. Hopefully, because yeah, this Lancaster rapid fire is so annoying. I've been attacked by a griefer once I logged in on a Xbox after I wasn't playing there for a month or so, and I just straight away just wanted to test some builds. So I played in a showdown and was doing pretty fine, but when I left, he left with me, and we spawned in the same place by some 500 level tryhard, and he started to attack me with this. And I got so much annoyed, and he was writing to me, "Go parlay," and I said, "No, I'm not gonna parlay with you because you are a cheater," and it pissed me off extremely because there is a huge advantage from this rapid fire. Lancaster just melts anyone. Pretty much, it shouldn't exist in the game. But despite this fact,
defensive, so that's good.
oh, it doesn't work against defensive.
Because they can't use their auto aim. So it's really hard to actually land shots, even if they're spraying it like that.
But besides these bugs and problem with sniper rifles, what do you think? Is it close
The
to balance?
one-shot bows in the game mode, that's a big problem, I feel like.
It's not it cannot be balanced. They should just remove this because it's no way they can balance one-shot bow mechanic in this game. Maybe they can reduce the painted black range to a lock-on range, and then it's gonna be.
Let's just make it 2. So let's say you hit someone, and they have some chance to see where it's coming from and then kill you back. I mean, kill you, for example. It should be that they have some chance to defend themselves.
But by default, it's 2.
Unless it's a headshot, you know? But right now, it's just one shot out of nowhere, boom, you're dead. You don't even know where the guy is hiding. Like hiding in the bushes, like somewhere.
And you cannot remove this mark. Once you paint it, you're dead. Just jump, don't jump, doesn't matter, you're still gonna be killed. They can actually work on this, so when you jump in, you're removing the painted black, for example, but make jump more expensive in terms of stamina.
Yeah, I don't think the one shot. I mean, I don't think the bow should be one shot. That's it.
And what about ability cards?
The ability cards. I think they are doing actually quite okay with it right now.
Because, yeah, I agree.
Because like Fullman once was overpowered, for example, right? They've made it better. They've nerfed it. Slippery was useless. They've made it more viable. So I think they're actually doing a good job with the ability cards, because every time we're getting an update, it changes the game also. It changes the meta. It makes it less boring. So I think ability cards are they're doing a good job in balancing them so far. Maybe not the best job, but they are doing right decisions, let's say, for now.
But in a defensive, you seems I'm asking, I don't know, but it seems like the best way for defensive, the best ability card is new slippery, right? Because it just gives you
For
slow and
what?
steady plan. New best defensive ability card for defensive mode is
For
slippery
defensive
bastard.
mode, I use Focus Fire or Painted Black.
Why not slippery bastard?
Because if I'm using defensive mode, it's because I don't want to get uh, painted by griefers and stuff. Because I get a lot of times people spawning on me or doing that kind of stuff, trying to like chase me down with diamond arrows and painted black, and it's not gonna work if they're using if I'm using defensive mode. They can't do anything about it. It's actually funny, but I like to use painted black or focus fire when I'm in defensive mode because then I'm either gonna get more accuracy or more damage when I'm shooting, even if I can't paint the targets.
Oh, it still works the same. I thought it's totally doesn't work in when you're in a defensive. You cannot mark someone and it
No,
doesn't
you
gives
can't.
you.
You can't. You
But
can
it
mark
gives you perfect
horses, but you
accuracy,
can't.
right? Oh, you can mark horses.
Yeah, but when you put it on, you still get 100% accuracy. So
Oh,
it's
I never knew about this. Wow, that's cool. I wasn't watching your last video
no,
to.
I've mentioned this like in my ultimate guide to not today griefers. Like
Oh,
it was
that's
in
why because
October or something. It was
this
like
Mythbusters is something I've been watching, but it's not something that I learned from this video. But that's an interesting fact. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense to use painted black with a defensive mode because of this
someone is
perfect
like it
accuracy.
doesn't work. Painted black doesn't work in defensive. It does work, but you can't paint. You can paint horses and you can get the accuracy when you're free aiming. So it's you still get an advantage from it.
Okay, it's an interesting idea. So let's because we are going to end the stream pretty soon. Let's answer the question. After all, what do you think? Red Dead Online is dying. Like straight away question. What do you think? Is it or not?
It's it's never going to die. Not in I don't know how many years. Even if you go if you go try to play the if you try to play the old Red Dead right now, you're still gonna get a few players in the lobby, even though it's like 10 years old. So the game is never gonna die, but definitely we gonna lose. We are going to lose players if I mean the player base is going to shrink.
We already do. It's
It
already.
has already shrunk. It has. So it's gonna get even worse. I think if Rockstar doesn't fix these big problems and also if they don't increase the content frequency, you
So,
know,
so it's. I think we have the same point of view on this topic. It's like it's already in a bad shape. It loses its regress, loses player base and stuff like this. The question only is whether Rockstar can get it back with something new, some new updates, interesting somehow. Get these players who already played in this game to get back and play again and enjoy the game again. And
I think that they should take a break from releasing any content. And just like I mentioned before the stream, just like what Ubisoft done with Rainbow Six Siege, they took a break from releasing any new content for 3 months. They were like, okay, we accept it, we agree. The game is in a bad shape, really bad shape. And we're not gonna release any new maps, any new stuff. We're just going to take our time and fix all these big problems in the game. And I think Rockstar should actually learn from what Ubisoft's done on that game. I believe they've done a similar strategy on For Honor as well. I'm not sure. I haven't played it, but taking some time off and making the game actually presentable, like making it, like fixing it and making it, turning into like a presentable condition for all the players, and then only then start they could start like releasing more content, because right now it's just not okay that we're getting a trader role, for example, and the camp doesn't work, and
Yeah.
when the camp is fixed the animals don't work, or I don't know, we're getting a moonshiners update. I was streaming on Twitch. um, I think it was it was this Saturday, this recent Saturday, and I was streaming directly from my PlayStation because I didn't feel like setting up like my capture equipment, and uh, my game kept getting stuck at the black screen when I was trying to like deliver my moonshine product. So I'm forced to like close the application and end this stream, and starting the stream again. Like it's annoying. It's not only because I was streaming it and it was ruining my stream. It was also because of the fact that why is it that it's like a month, isn't it? It is more than a month. No,
More,
I think
more.
it's
It's
like a
more.
month.
It was on
Is it more than a month?
13th of December, I believe.
Yeah, after a month, we're still having this uh, black screen bollocks that hasn't been fixed in the game. I just, I don't know, I don't know why, but it was the same with the trader. We got a new trader role, and the camp is not working for like 3 months. You know, so
Yeah.
in a way, also that encourages people to do money glitches. Because when someone is like, okay, I can't even, I'm trying to play legit and earn money legit, like grind the game legit, and I can't because uh, sorry, what was I saying?
Because it's broken, they cannot do
Yeah,
anything, make money because the basic
yeah,
mechanics are broken
yeah.
at
The
the moment.
basic money earning, basic roles are not working properly, so it indirectly encourages people to do, I don't know, duplication or all that stuff,
Yeah,
which
unfortunately.
which also is another problem that increases like tonic spam and stuff, and it's like a chain reaction, man. It's just everything's like
Yeah.
all this stuff, like somehow related to each other, like ruining the game. That's it. But like I said, they need to do that Operation Health, like taking some. I don't mind. Maybe I take a break from the game for like um, 2 months, maybe something like that, and they don't release anything. I mean, it's not going to be any worse than what it is now, is it? It's they just don't do anything, and they just put their time and all the resources to fix the game. I
And
think that's going to be really crucial
by the
if they
way,
want if they
it
want
can be
this game to
possible.
survive.
Because now soon is gonna be Cyberpunk released, and they will have hard times competing this game anyway. So maybe they will actually follow your advice and will go on some break until, I don't know, midsummer, because competing with Cyberpunk is gonna be like not such a great idea. And maybe that's actually what they are doing now with all this empty weekly updates with no nothing at all, no content. I hope that that's exactly what they are doing and planning on doing. But maybe it's an optimistic point of view.
Yeah, but a man can hope.
Yeah,
We
man
will
can
see.
hope. So
But
pretty much you believe that there is possible good future for this game. I mean,
Yeah, definitely. It's depends on Rockstar. It doesn't depend on me or you
yeah,
or
indeed.
any other player who plays this game. It all depends on Rockstar. If they change the way they're updating the game or their speed in how they fix things, how fast they fix things, yeah, that would be the way. If if not, then yeah, I don't know what to say. It doesn't depend on any players, you know. It's just them and their game, and they're in charge of it.
Yeah.
So
Well, hopefully they have a plan like a Dutch. So it's gonna be fine. Not the same plan, but some different. Anyway, guys, so we're about to end up the stream because it's been for a while now. We've been streaming. I hope you enjoyed this format, and thank you, Sly, for joining, and we're having such a good conversation. And I hope that all the viewers enjoyed it. We were trying to read the chat, but not too much replied, but that's the format. And yeah, thank you all for joining us today. So
yeah, thank you.
see ya, guys. See ya, Slice. Thank you for coming. We're gonna see each other pretty soon. See ya.
All right. Yeah.